You gotta keep on breathing.
How are we doing today? Are we all okay? You're going to need your straps probably definitely today. Um, we've got some binds coming in, binds. And straps are really helpful when we have binds because they just fill that space where the hands don't quite reach. Okay. So this is our last one before slow and stretchy. I'm getting my weeks so muddled up because there's been 5 in May. And I'm like, well, normally we do a slow and stretchy, but, you know, we've got an extra one. So let's come to a comfortable seat. And I am going to give you a bound mudra as well. Oh, so Abhaya Hridaya Mudra, fearless heart. So we cross the back of the wrists together. We interlace the index finger. We interlace the middle finger. We leave the ring finger clear and see if you can get round to the little finger. I know. And then the ring finger meets the thumb. Abhaya Hridaya, fearless heart. And then we draw the back of the thumb of your right hand into your heart space. If it becomes a little bit too intense after a few minutes, which it might, just release some of the fingers and maybe just hold the ring finger and the thumb together. Soften the shoulders, back and down, sit nice and tall, draw navel in so that you can have a really nice tall seat, long spine. Maybe the eyes are closed, or you can take the gaze down to your fingers and beyond. So we're going to start to work with our drishti, our gaze. We focused a little bit on it during March or April, can't quite remember. That focus, that single point of gaze. Now, whether the eyes are closed, you have that single point of gaze, maybe landing between the eyebrows. So at our third eye chakra, our ajna point. And sometimes when we do have our eyes open, it becomes a little bit of a distraction. We're looking at something and, you know, we're not kind of focusing out, we're focusing in. So closing down the lids invites that moment of stillness through the mind's thoughts and through the eyes. So just notice how this mudra is starting to feel. We're bound our fingers together. Maybe you're getting that extra little stretch through the knuckles, through the palms, through the wrists. And steady the breath, the inhales and the exhales of equal length, bringing you into this moment. Let all distractions go as you focus only on the space that you are occupying on your mat. And the spaces that you fill in the internal body as you breathe in, drawing in prana and oxygen. Take a moment to draw your own intention for practice today, whatever you came here to receive most, physical, mental, emotional, soulful, or all four. combining movement, focus, and breath in harmony. Maybe keeping the eyes closed, just uncurl the little fingers, keep the remaining fingers steady. Uncurl the middle finger, keeping the ring finger touching with the thumb. And then uncurl the index finger. And again, just noticing those feelings as you release. And then bring the backs of the hands down to the knees, still holding our Prithvi Mudra, thumb and ring finger. Notice how the other three fingers have responded to the release of that bind. It's important. Throughout our practice today, we're going to invite some binds, but I don't want you to hold those binds too tightly, to grip too tightly. Now release the thumb and the ring finger, opening the palms out, feeling the stretch through the fingers all the way to the tips of the fingernail, opening the palms, opening the space between the fingers, stretch, 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 and then invite some movement. Wiggling through the fingers, the knuckles, moving through the wrists, rotating one way and the other. Give the hands a little shake as if you were dropping water from the fingernails. Slowly circle, shoulders up and back. And cross over the wrists in front of you. Maybe left hand comes on top. Interlace the fingers out. So you're pushing the knuckles away. You're going to feel that on the outer arms maybe. Stay nice and tall. And then you're going to bring the hands underneath towards the heart and start to just gently stretch those knuckles away from you. Now I can feel that coming all the way down my inner arm, inner wrist. There's no way that I can probably go much further than that. And then release and take it back out again. So keep moving through that. Just a couple more on this side. It gets confusing when we go to the other side. And release. So we crossed over the other arm. Okay, interlace. And then again, draw it in. Oh, that's tight. There's no way that I can go any further. Okay, keep that moving. With the breath, exhale as you stretch out. Inhale. Oh, that's so much tighter, that side. And last one. And bring it back and release. Nice, good. Take a twist and take a bind. So see if you can wrap those fingers around to the hip. And one hand will stay on the knee or the thigh. Open the chest out to the side. Keep nice and tall through the spine. See if you can use those back fingers to give you a bit more leverage. They might be just around the small of the back. They might be coming to the hip or to the thigh. Open the chest, maybe turning the head to look over the back shoulder. Breathe in, come back through the center line. And then again, just take that twist, hand wraps around, takes hold of wherever it can reach to. Sit nice and tall, open the chest. And again, the gaze might look back over the back shoulder. You might notice one side is very different to the other in ways, flexibility or mobility. And then bring back into center and change the legs. So release and bring the other leg out in front. Take the twist first time to the opposite side. Notice any differences with the legs in a different place. Again, the neck gets that rotation as well, looking over that back shoulder. Use that back shoulder for a bit more leverage in the rotation. Steady the breath, breathe in, come back through the center, and take that hand, wrap it round, catches wherever it can. Keep pressing knees to the floor, opening the chest to the side, and looking back over the shoulder. Breathe in, come back into the center, gather the knees up, place them out in front of you, and just create this little bit of space for the belly and the chest to rest as the hands might come down to the feet or to the ankles or shins. And let the head and the neck soften between the knees. Pull the navel back as you round out gently through the spine. Let the head weight release down. And then roll up through the spine and come into your tabletop position. Finding all fours, come to the back of your mat. So your toes are kind of hanging off the back of your mat. Pressing down through all corners of the palms, spreading those fingers nice and wide, pushing away from the floor. Nice straight arms, but without hyperextension through the elbow. And then find a cat and cow here, focusing on the head, neck, chest, upper back, and shoulders. So again, drawing inwards, maybe finding that single point of gaze, your inner drishti. Either closing or opening the eyes, move with the breath. Then drop back into child's pose. Just soften the hips back towards the heels. Maybe you widen the knees a little bit or you keep them parallel. Lift and lengthen to create space between the belly and the thighs. Walk the hands further forward and see if you can pull the hands on your mat as if you're pulling the mat closer and closer towards you. Feel the space underneath the armpits. Feel the space in the spine, dropping buttocks back towards heels. Almost pull that mat back towards you. Inhale, come back up into the tabletop position. Right knee comes towards your right wrist, and you slide it in front of your left thigh. Left knee comes to left wrist, and you bring it forward and slide it in front of your right. Keep coming forward, where hopefully we'll get 4 in, ending up with our left knee in front. Here, if you're close to the front, you might use a block to sit back on. Keep those toes nice and wide of your mat. Start to come back. If your knees are already screaming at you, extend the underneath leg out in front so you have your left knee on top. Or you can stay with those bound legs. Cow face arms, move out to the side. And we bring right arm to tap. Open, left arm to tap, open, right arm, and left. And this is where you might need the strap. So opening up, right arm stays on top. It might catch the fingers, or you use that strap to fill that space. Lengthen the top elbow high. Try not to flare the rib cage here, but draw the rib cage in and hug that underneath arm in towards the rib cage. Again, find the focus, steadiness of the breath. Notice what's going on in cow face pose. Legs, hips, knees, ankles, sitting tall, and then focus on the upper body. Nice and slowly release the hands. Bring the hands forward, just transition nice and easily. So maybe you push from the back, you rock forwards, and then we start to move backwards. So our left knee comes to our left wrist, and we place that behind our right thigh. Right leg, left leg, and right. And hopefully we'll get with our right leg at the back of our mat. If you're already off your mat, depends how long your mat is, start to come back with the right leg on top. Again, using blocks to sit on or extending that underneath leg out in front of you. So it becomes a half shoelace. Sitting tall, we take our arms out to the side. Left arm goes up. Maybe a tap. Sweep it open. Maybe a tap. So we're moving from internal to external rotation on each shoulder. And we eventually end up with our left arm on top. Again, maybe those fingers catch. Maybe you need that strap. Tricky for this side. Lengthening up. Again, avoid flaring the rib cage here. Softening down the facial expression. And softening down the shoulders. Letting the body weight drop down through the sit bones into the floor. Keep a nice long spine. Just a couple more breaths. Sitting with it. Letting it do its magic. Release the arms. And again, just gently rock yourself forward, either pushing from the back, coming forward, releasing back into tabletop. Hopefully finding your feet at the back of your mat this time, tucking the toes. And pushing through into your bent-legged downward facing dog, but just allowing the shins to come about an inch or two from the floor. So pushing back through the heels, bringing the belly and the chest close down to the thighs, spreading those hands. Hopefully your mat is not slippy. And then keeping the belly and the chest close to the thighs, start to lift the hips and pedal out through the feet. Start to release through the toes, ankles, calves, knees, back of the legs. Spine is long. Drawing navel in. And when you're ready, exhaling, releasing both heels gently towards the floor. Pressing chest back towards the thighs. Ears are between the biceps, but in the corner of your eyes, you can see your arms. So broaden across the shoulders. Steady breaths. You can always come to tabletop or child's pose at any point through the practice. Looking forward, walking all the way through to the front of your mat. Inhale into your half lift there, bent or straight legs. Arms come back behind you. Palms are face down. Fingertips reaching away. Nice long spine. Chest is parallel to the floor. Notice where the weight is into the feet. Is it back into the heels? Can you bring it forward into the toes? And you're just rocking forwards and backwards on the balls and heels of your feet. And then exhale, trace those fingers down the back of the legs and come all the way into your forward fold, relaxing the head and the neck at the base. Give it a little yes. Give it a little no. Give it a little rotation. Let the head become heavy. And then interlace the fingers behind your back. And then start to lift the arms up towards the sky, maybe coming up over the head. Crown of the head reaches towards the floor. Still warming up here. Don't have to overforce this one. Bring the hands back towards the hips. and release the hands. Release the feet to the outer edges of your mat. Take a Malasana squat. Dropping down the hips between the heels. Long, long spine. Hands come into the heart center. Make those elbows nice and active into the inner knees. And stay in your Malasana. Open across the chest and the upper back. Nice. Push the pubic bone through. Lengthen spine to neck. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. We're going to reach our right hand to the top of our right corner. Place those fingertips down. Keep the left knee opening up and open up that left arm to the sky. If you feel that's good, you can stay there, or you might want to take the bind. The bind wraps around that front right knee. Again, those straps are there if you like. Try not to lose the integrity of the Malasana squat. I know that's tricky. Gaze might look up to the sky or down at the floor. Release, come back, and exhale. Left fingers go to the top left corner. You use the left arm as leverage to keep that left knee open. Right arm opens up towards the sky. Keep dropping those hips down. And again, you can stay there, or you can reach that right arm back to the small of the back. Maybe wrapping that hand around. Nice. Open the chest, either gaze to the sky or look towards the floor. Keep that right knee pressing away from you. Bring back into the center. Exhale, Malasana. Ooh, those hips are now feeling it. Hands come down. Lift the hips. Bring the feet in towards the center. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, release into the full fold. And inhale. Bring yourself up to stand. Oh, those hips are screaming at me. And exhale. Take those hands down to the side. Take a moment just to pause. Everything that we've done so far, we've built up to over the last few weeks, haven't we? Through our opening of our shoulders, through all of this kind of stuff, where we can get into that bind, taking those hands back around behind us. And you notice that one side might be incredibly different to the other. The fingers are like reaching towards one another, and you're like, oh, if I just had a strap. So reminding ourselves of our plates, we're going to go straight into that. That is your wrists crossing at the top, pulling it down, and you can invite those back bends, pulling it into cactus, and the melting and the releasing into the forward fold. But think about the spine moving in this ripple. So we do 4, and we go back through our connecting vinyasa. So we inhale, up, exhale, fold. Inhale, up, exhale, fold. Inhale, up, exhale, fold. Last one, inhale up, exhale, fold. The hands come back by the hips. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, release down. Step or float it back through your connecting vinyasas. Through plank, either a knees, chest, chin, or chaturangas, up dogs, and back into downward facing dog. Take a pause, take a moment to breathe. That's all cardiovascular work when we're going up and down through our absolutes and forward folds. Looking forward, bring the left leg between the hands and plant the back foot into warrior 2. So open the arms up into your warrior 2 position and really find the stability through the legs, through the feet, through the hips, the pelvis, and also the chest and the shoulders, the head and the gaze. We're We're going to lean forward, placing that left arm onto our knee, but we're not going to use it as a support there. We're going to sweep our right arm up into a half cactus. So there's a nice strong bend at the elbow there, and we're opening up that palm. We're going to lean forward, maybe bringing that elbow as close as we can towards our shin. And then open it up towards the sky. Open up the chest. It's like our lying chest opener, our broken wing. Bring that elbow all the way in. Try not to lose the integrity of the warrior two legs. We have one more. It brings us down to the shin, and then we open it up towards the sky. We place that hand at the back of our head, and then open it up a little bit more. Maybe the gaze goes to the top elbow. It can stay straight ahead. And then we thread through our left arm underneath our left leg. Our right arm then releases, and we come into that side angle bind. Again, maybe the fingers are catching, maybe we're using a strap. We're looking forward to the front foot. See if you've got that grip. Step it through 1 or 2 steps all the way to the front of the mat. Coming into bird of paradise, nice and steady and slowly, ground through that right foot and start to lift the left leg off the floor. Take your time. Maybe there's an extension in that left leg. There doesn't have to be. I'm wobbling. Joy's like, what is going on? I know. Nice, lovely. So you've got the bind, left arm underneath the left thigh. That's right. Use the strap if you like. Lovely, beautiful. Lower it down. And then we step back through the right leg to come back into that bound side angle. Joy, you don't worry, you haven't missed out. We're going to do it again. Release the hands. And turn on that front foot, back foot, and step it through. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, release and fold. Press through the floor. Inhale, bring yourself up to stand. And exhale, hands come down by the side of you. Just take a moment to just breathe. Let that all sink in. There's a lot of upper body work, but also spinal work. And also the nervous system starts to go into overdrive and stimulation, going, what on earth are you asking me to do? Okay. We haven't been to Bird of Paradise for a very, very long time. May never have done it, Joy. Never. So let's just break this down. I'm going to break it down on the right-hand side. So when we've got our right leg, before we go into it, so the right arm comes through and under, okay? And that then kind of sits up here. This arm then moves from the head, and you really got to get into that shoulder to get it round there. And that's where a strap can help to fill that space. Okay, so you might be just holding about 2 inches of the strap, or clasping those fingers, really opening up through that top left shoulder. From here, we look forward and we step 1 or 2 or 3, and we ground through that left foot. Now we're starting to feel lightness in our right leg. Going to look forward, I'm going to pause, take a moment, and start to lift. Now we're expecting our right arm to lift that leg up, open the chest. Remember, if you've got a strap, it spaces it out, okay? From here, you can stay, or you can extend the leg out to the sides. Bring it back, place it down, step back, find the bind, release, and we continue on our journey. So just to break that down a little bit further, if the bind is really not your friend and it's really uncomfortable on the shoulders, And the strap's not working either. Even if you come from this position to this position, just come to here. Just find that position. And maybe you just extend the leg out. All we're asking for is nice open chest and a balance. That's it. And you have to slow it down. So sometimes I tend not to go, right, we're going into bird of paradise, because you go, or you go, what on earth posture is that? Svaga Devishasana in Sanskrit. Now, the way that we do it is we take it in nice baby steps. We go into the bind, we look, we step it forward, we find that stability, that leg becomes light, and then we start to lift it up. But it's a lot of work to bring the body and the leg at the same time. Oh, the hip. Standing leg on. Yes. Yeah. But it can be bent or straight. Let's go other side. I'm going to face this way because I'm going to be... Yeah, right leg is in front this time. Okay, so we have 4 of those lovely figure of 8s. Get into the shoulders at this point. So we inhale, we raise it up. Cactus arms, exhale, melt and fold. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, melt and fold. 2 more. Inhale, lift. This gets the heart going. Exhale, fold. This is our last one. And we stay down. Hands come back by the hips. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, step or float it back through your connecting vinyasa of choice. We come to our down dog on the exhale breath. And we stay and hold, we pause. We know what's coming now. We're preparing our body and mind for that. Stepping right leg through, placing it between the hands and finding your warrior 2 legs and coming up into warrior 2. So strong foundation, strong feet, ankles, legs, hips, pelvis, torso, chest. Focus. Strong focus. We're going to need it in our balance. So right arm reaches over. It just rests on that thigh. And a half cactus or a broken wing on the left. We're going to draw that elbow in. Fold, fold, fold. Squeeze it into that inner calf. And open. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, open. Last one, exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, open, and take the back of the hand to the back of the palm to the back of the head. Open up that left elbow, left shoulder. Gaze can look to the top elbow, straight ahead or down at the floor. Now thread through your right arm underneath that right thigh and take the left arm back to meet it. If you need to, grab the strap, open up into that side angle bind. Look to the front of the mat. Remember, we're shifting that back leg forward, maybe 1, 2, or 3 steps to meet it. And then we start to lighten off the load on that right leg. Start to use the core strength and your drishti, your focus, as you push through that supporting leg, lifting right leg up gradually. Stabilize through the supporting leg. Open the chest. Well done. Maybe extend that right leg. Find the balance. Oh, I'd lost it. Drop, place the foot, don't drop the foot. Step back left leg. Find that bind once more. Release the hands to the floor, pivot on the back toes. Step it forward, exhale into the forward fold. And inhale. Raise up to stand. Exhale, hands come down. Take a moment to let that heart rate settle and also the mind. Mind's gone into overdrive because we put a bind in an extension, in a standing balance. How do we feel about doing it once more? Got the energy? Energy's there, flexibility's there, focus is there. Okay, so I'm going to stand and watch this time. So you know that we're just doing 4 of the circles into the fold, half lift, really draw those shoulders back here. It's like you're flying, and it's like you're flying through a warrior 3 position in your half lift. Then it releases and you go through your connecting vinyasas. So really think about the upper body being strong. So we inhale, raise them up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, lift it up. Nice. Exhale, melt and fold all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, cross the wrists. Release through the chest, the spine, all the way to the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Reach those fingers back. Exhale, fold. Step back through a connecting vinyasa to take you to downward facing dog. Inhale on the back bend, exhale on the down dog. Stay for a couple of breaths. Let's lift the left leg this time and find our 3-legged dog. Left leg lifts. Bring the knee all the way through, plant the foot, find warrior 2. Nice. Plant that back foot. Nice. Stabilize through feet, ankles, legs. Draw navel in. Strong, strong, long spine. Relax into the shoulders. There's softness into the face. Good. Reach out a little bit. Create some space between the side body and your thigh. Elbow just rests there. We're not using it as a little ledge. And then we broken wing that top right arm. Squeeze the elbow in towards that inner calf. Nice. Open it up. Push it back behind you. Twice more. Draw it into that front calf. Good. Tap it if it can. Last one. Squeeze it in. Keep the legs nice and strong. And then place that hand at the back of the head. Open it up a little more. Press the back of the elbow away. Well, that's a good stretch. That's amazing. Left arm threads through and under your thigh. Right arm, sweep it all the way back. Catches hold of fingers or strap. Get that grip locked and dialed. Look forward to the front foot. Bring that trailing leg in to meet it. Stand strong. Right leg stabilizes. Take that left leg off the floor. Even if it just comes off a couple of inches. Stabilize and focus and breathe. Nice. You had that. Good. Extend the leg if you like. Reach those toes away. Yeah, nice. Lovely, lovely. When you want to come down, if you feel that you can stay there for another few breaths, do so. Place it down. We ground through that leg. Step back through your bind. Right leg back. That's it. Warrior 2 legs. Still got the bind. Release the hands. Turn on the back foot and step forward. And then bring yourself up to stand. Take a moment. Again, let it settle in. There's so much goes on. So much. And like, you've really got this coming in and opening up. It's pushing that elbow back. It's amazing to watch. I hope it feels good. Last time, then we slow it down. So inhale, lift it up. Exhale, melt and fold, release the head and the neck. Inhale, up. Exhale. Exhale, melt and fold. Lovely. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, cross the wrists above. Open it up into that cactus arms. Melt and fold. Arms then come back into that squeezing of the biceps in towards the rib cage. Exhale, release and fold. Step back through your connecting vinyasas of choice. Plank, knees down, chaturangas, cobras, up dogs. Back into downward facing dog to pause, ready for the last time. Lifting up right leg, up and back behind you. Squeeze the knee in towards the center. Place the foot, come into your warrior two position. Ground through feet, legs. Open the arms, relax the chest and the shoulders. Find the focus along middle finger. Nice. We have that inner drishti or, from our third eye. Reach a little bit out so that you can create some space. Elbow rest down onto that thigh. And then we create that lovely broken wing half cactus. Squeeze the elbow into the calf. And inhale, open it up. Squeeze it into the calf. Inhale, open it up. Last one, squeeze it in. It comes back up into that cactus, and then hand comes to the back of the head. We give it a little press even further. Open it up, and then we release the right hand, thread it through and underneath. That's it. And we're going to bring the left foot forward to the front of your mat. We stabilize through the left leg. We look forward. We've got a strong spine. We're strong-legged. And we are finding, finding that balance. Maybe extending right leg out. Breathe. Can you extend those toes? Yes! Place it down nicely. Step it back. That's it. And release the hands. Step it forward and come up to stand. You all got it there. Beads of sweat appearing. Persistence, determination, commitment gets you there every time. She's going. Oh, that's amazing. So those shoulders should feel nice and open now after all of that. Let's come down to the floor. Inhale and just release it out. Melt and soften. Nice soft inhale, lift and exhale. Step back through your plank. Lower down the knees and soften down. Inhale into cobra and just take it back to child's pose. Hands can return to the heels. You let the belly and the chest rest between the thighs, and the head comes to the floor. Did I do rabbit with you last week? So just take a look at rabbit for a moment. I'm going to add on a little bit to rabbit. You're not going to like me for it, though. So our rabbit is on the top of our head, okay? But we're not trying to put too much weight into the neck. So we're keeping a really nice long neck. So when it comes down, we're kind of in this cat back here. A nice long neck, I hope. Okay, now, if you like, you can hold on. If you like, you can hold on to here. Let the arms go here or interlace. And take that over. That feels nice. And you can stay there for 3 or 5 breaths. But try not to roll over too much so that the neck is bending. You'll feel it. So take an option that works for you. And maybe you use the block underneath the head as well, because that tends to give you a little bit of space. So we're rounding out the spine like it was a cat pose. So draw in navel. That's it. Yes. Crown of the head. Neck is nice and long. Lovely. Beautiful. Yeah, fine. Oh, yes, nice. Just find a breath. Nice, Amy, lovely. That's it, knuckles up to the sky. Yes. Feel nice in the shoulders? Bit crunchy, nice, lovely. Everybody's got their hands up in their knuckles up to the sky. Yes, press your feet and your shins down to the floor. Draw navel in, round into the lower back. Round, round, round. Release the hands to the sacrum. Release the hands to the floor. Bring the hips back to the heels and stay in child's pose. Amazing. Bring the hands back to the knees, roll up and come to kneeling. If it's good, just take a moment to just let those shoulders settle. So last one, last bind. It is a twist and a bind. So we've got this leg bent and you're going to wrap that hand around and then you kind of, again, internally rotate here. Hand comes behind you. So, and again, you can use a strap to catch and open up to the side. So we're pushing down through that foot. We push down through that foot. And quite often that knee starts to go out. If you can, keep it in. So in the bind, you want to lean all the way forward so that you can get that arm all the way around there. And then squeeze that knee inwards as you open up to the side. And again, use the strap. Fill the space. So we'll take left leg extended, right leg in. And what I tend to do is I lean forward, I pull myself off of this butt cheek so that I get that space. Then I can start to bring my butt cheek back down. I come into the bind and then I open up to the left side. Pull that, hug that right knee in. The underneath leg is extended and active. Flex the foot. Maybe look back over the left shoulder. Try not to hold that bind too tightly. And then release, bring yourself back, legs extend, take a forward fold, lift up and lengthen, exhale, hinge from the hips forward. That fold should feel quite nice. Long, lengthened spine. And then as we come up, left leg, bring it in. As close as you can in towards the buttock. Shift over onto the right buttock, left arm squeezes out in front. Wrap it round. It comes somewhere to the buttock. Take the other hand. And that's it. Open out to the side of your mat. Oh, this side's way tighter. Oof. Active underneath the leg. Maybe the gaze looks back over those right shoulders. Nice. Keep a long spine if you can. Open the chest out to the side. Hug that left knee in. There's so much going on. Breathe in, release the hands, extend the leg out in front of you. One more fold. Inhale, lift. Stretch the spine. Exhale, release over. Wiggle the flesh underneath the sit bones. Lift and lengthen a little more. Exhale, release into the fold a bit more. Just a little bit of fun before we come down. If you've got your hands on your big toes, your two peace fingers around your big toes, we're going to start to bring the heels in towards the center of you. Balance on the sit bones, long spine, and extend those legs into your bound Navasana, bound boat pose. Long spine, open chest. Amazing. And slowly lower those legs. Roll down, get warm. Well done. Draw the knees in towards the chest, roll and massage out through the spine. How are you feeling? Yeah. You feel good? Good. I would not normally take a lot of people into any of those binds. Bird of Paradise only comes out on special occasions. Relax it down. Spread those shoulder blades out. Give yourself a massage through the entire spine. I think we'll have a nice long Shavasana. We've earned that one. Open the hips. The hips got a little bit of a workout today through Malasana and Warrior, and certainly through our Bird of Paradise. So circle those. They should feel nice and released as well. And then place the soles of the feet wide, arms maybe out to the side of you at shoulder height, and just let those knees drop out to the side. Bring them back in center, out to the side, just windscreen wiping, soft and releasing. The spine should feel worked as well through the twists, through the binds, through the forward folds and the back bends. The only thing we haven't done is like those side flexions. And then let's come into Shavasana. So making yourself comfortable, spreading out on the mat. Take as much space on your mat as you can. Feet are just relaxing, letting the toes just fall out to the side of you. Let the legs soften. The belly just rises and falls. And the upper body can now relax, let go of any effort. Facial expression is one of softness and accomplishment. And draw back in to that inner drishti, the area between the eyebrows, your area of focus, clarity, concentration, intuition, wisdom, and insight. So relax the gaze just in between the eyebrows. Steady the breath, still the body, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back around. Start to take some deeper breaths. Bringing your awareness back into your surroundings, back onto your mat, back into the body, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, moving wrists, moving ankles. Bring the feet together, lifting the arms up above the head for a big, big stretch. And then as you exhale, draw the knees in, lengthen the spine underneath you. Spread out the shoulders, the upper back, the mid back, the lower back, and the pelvis. Roll and massage out. Roll to one side, whichever feels the most comfortable. And then just press away from the floor to come back up to a comfortable seat. Let's return to Prithvi Mudra. Thumb and ring finger resting on the knees. And just sit nice and tall. Notice the sensations and feelings that you're experiencing in the head, neck, shoulders, chest and upper back. Feel the spine lengthening. Feel yourself grounding to the earth. Return to your own personal intention for your practice today. What you needed most. How did you receive that? And always thank yourself. Thank your body, your breath, your energy, your focus and concentration for everything that it gives to you on and off the mat. And I thank you today.